Engaging students by backchanneling. The term backchanneling might be new to a lot of educators, but it basically means you're talking behind the back of the presenter to engage with the content the presenter is talking about. I'm showing you one of the tools that I use for a backchannel, and it's called Today's Meet. I love this site because it doesn't need a password, it doesn't need a login, doesn't need an account. You can just start using it right away. I use this all the time if I feel like I'm losing my audience or I need to re-engage them. I also like to use it for an exit slip activity. You can start using it immediately today by going to todaysmeet.com and creating your own room. You make up your name. And then how long do you want to keep your room? Up to a month. And just be careful there's no warning that says, hey, you only have 3 more days. And sometimes everything is gone. So if it's mission critical stuff that your team has brainstormed, make sure at the bottom there's a little link that says transcript. Click on that. It will capture everything that was said during that today's meet. So you get your own room, and it says todaysmeet.com/whatever word you pick. That's your room. Now, you don't have a lot of control. Somebody could come in here and say something bad. That could happen, but we always set ground rules before we use anything with students. Same thing here. And if you want to find out more information about backchanneling, Today's Meet, what is this? And I thought that was just very interesting. It defines it. It's a relatively new term. I think everybody's always talked behind the back of their teachers through notes or other things, but this kind of brings it out to students. And actually what's nice about this is you can actually use it on your phone. And so you can be teaching and you can be watching the back channel on your phone. The other nice thing about a back channel is we can engage students if they're in class or if they're home ill, or after hours. So a back channel can really engage students. One of the greatest things about a back channel is when the students take over and start answering each other's questions, and everybody doesn't have to rely on the teacher as the expert. I always have a back channel going during all of my face-to-face professional development sessions. There's some other people getting into it after today's meet. Today's meet's easy, quick. Go ahead and get started. We're moving up in complexity now as we go ahead and move to backchannel.us. But it has more features and you can do some different things with that. Chatsy, it's been around a really long time. And it's a nice, I'm going to say lightweight, quick chat room. Very similar to today's meet, but just like today's meet, Chatsy sometimes just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. It's working fine, everything's great, you're chatting away, and next time you go in, it just doesn't work. Never think it's user error. There's a lot of little bugs to Chatsy. Edmodo is the glue that keeps a lot of classrooms together. Edmodo currently is free, and a teacher signs up and gets a code that they give to the students. And that once the students put in the code on whatever device they have, they're hooked to that teacher. And so if you teach at the middle school, high school level, you might have 7 different sections. You could have a group for each one, and then you could go ahead and establish a back channel. I use Schooltown for my back channel, and I use over to the right, there's a chat feature, and I use that all the time in my face-to-face sessions as well as after hours if somebody has a question about an assignment or something like that. So I like Schooltown, where Edmodo has a little more of the Facebook, Twitter kind of feel. And this one is much more of an organized classroom environment for me because I have everything in one place for that given class. Here's the chat. It opens in a new window, so I can always leave it open. I can just kind of go back and forth. Again, when we work with students or the adult learner, you always have to make sure that you set your ground rules. With adults, my rule is never talk about food. Once one person talks about food, then the whole room's hungry and everybody's off task. So no food is my rule. But you set your ground rules and then ask students to stick with them. What's nice about this is I know who made the comment. Who when they log in, they're logged in again with a code. They're hooked to me as the teacher, but I see their comments. There's no anonymous commenting. Where on today's meet, there could be anonymous commenting. Now, a lot of people use Google Documents as a back channel. And what's great about Google Documents is they bought some other technology that makes it possible to have hundreds of people back channeling on the same document at the same time. But like some of the other ones, if you just leave it open and give the students a link, instead of inviting them through email, you're going to get everybody be anonymous and you won't know exactly who's doing what. If you do invite your students through email, their comment is hooked to their name, which is really nice. If you ask them, please comment 3 times, you can see right there if they did. This is a new one to me. This is called Backchannel Chat, and I always get a little alarmed when I see pricing. So I just thought I'd check it out a little bit. There's some nice features here, definitely more robust than some of the other ones. You can create your own back channel with your secure back channel classroom chat, where today's Meet isn't as secure because somebody could come in. If they guessed your code, they could come into your chat. So this has a little bit more security built in, again, with the teacher making a code, giving it to the students. But it has a price. So I looked at that and I thought, okay, could we use this? Maybe, but I have more than 30 students that concurrently I need. So maybe $25, maybe it's worth it. And so it might be something your whole school is interested in doing. I would strongly suggest start with the free tools. See if this is your thing. A lot of people it bothers. Kids working on keyboards while they're presenting. It doesn't bother me at all. I just know that everybody learns in a different way. And I love this principal I work with. He said it helps my HDD, that I can focus on that because I don't want to keep interrupting the presenter. And I thought that explains a lot of kids in our classroom. This was interesting. Recently in a face-to-face session with adults, they were pinning different things as I was talking and going through the session. They were pinning. Ooh, good idea, good idea. And so they were kind of using Pinterest as a back channel. Me, I don't know if I could do that because I'd have to go find the picture, then I'd have to do. But they were very, very good at Pinterest. They did confess later that they used Pinterest almost nonstop outside of school for personal recipes, all that stuff. So they were far superior in the pinning category than I was. This is another way to engage students, kind of like a back channel, where you can use Poll Everywhere. What's nice about Poll Everywhere, you can do true, false, multiple choice, but you can also do short answer, and that short answer can become your back channel. So lots of ways that you can use Poll Everywhere, and more than multiple choice now. And this is what it looks like, free, up to 40 responses. Then you can clear it out and do it again. So whatever tool you pick, just make sure that you try out back channeling. Thanks.